All right, Shalom. First off and foremost, as always, I want to say, call Halon La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kakodash. So, like about that, I want to say it again. Call Halon La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kakodash. And double honor being to the elder apostles of Great Millstone that do rule and teach well. And of course, as always, I want to say shalom to you, Ankim out there, you sincere brethren out there that are pushing his word through the spirit, through the power, and through the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Okay, so this is going to be a quick lesson, going in about how the Lord has been, visiting the earth lately, more than often, And real quickly, this is an article from the source endtimeheadlines.org, okay? And the title of the article says, "From the East Coast to the West Coast, the U.S. continues to be hit by an endless series of disasters," okay? An endless series of disasters, all right? Now, if you look at the word disaster on Google, it says a sudden event such as an accident or a natural catastrophe that causes great damage or loss of life. Okay, and that's what's been happening, by the Lord. Great damage, very catastrophic events, okay? And this is nothing more than the Lord just visiting the earth. But people, fail to realize that, And people, once the Lord, shows his power, people, they can't stand it. They can't stand against it. They can't survive this, man. All right. They can't, withstand the works of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, that's why it says, a series of disasters. Okay, the Lord is, sending earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes. All right, throughout the whole U.S. from east to west coast. All right, nonstop. Okay, and the article says over the past several years, it has just been one thing after another. Just when we think that things are starting to settle down just a little bit, another disaster suddenly strikes. And what's that? Let's get this quick precept. 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 3, and it says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them." Now, real quickly, before I finish that precept, let's look at the word sudden. All right. The word sudden, it says, occurring or done quickly and unexpectedly or without warning. Okay. And guess what? That's how, that's how people out here are getting hit, by privacy. All right. Or should I say are going to get hit by privacy. All right. Blindsided. Okay. Suddenly. All right. Yahweh Shema Shai is catching people off guard, man. All right. Because why? Because the reason why they're getting caught off guard, because they're oblivious. They're in gross darkness. All right. And they're not thinking twice, about, a disaster. They're not thinking twice about, what if this happens, to me, People are not thinking because they're so caught up on, the festivities and the being lackadaisical here in Babylon. So, they're not worried about, Yahweh Shema Shai. They're worried about, their lives, and they're worried about, their next paycheck, things of that nature here in Babylon, So they're just gone, man. All right. But back to the precept, and it says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." Right, man? Because once a woman is pregnant, hey, that baby can come at any moment. And once that baby comes, those birthing pains, hey, that woman can't escape those birthing pains. All right. That baby was going to catch the woman off guard, and then boom, she's in pain. All right. And then guess what? That woman has to go through that pain, man. That woman has no choice but to go through, labor to push that baby out. OK. And just like privacy, and just like in this case in point with these disasters from the Lord, People got to go through this. All right. People got to, endure these series of endless disasters that is being done by Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay. So back in the article, and it says, in all my years, I have never seen anything like this. Month after month, bad things just keep happening from coast to coast. And this endless series of disasters has caused a tremendous amount of long-term damage. Let me give you a few examples. Thanks to citrus greening disease, Florida was already on pace for the worst orange crop since World War II. But then Hurricane Ian made things much worse. All right, and speaking about Hurricane Ian, real quickly, let me see if I can find a picture with the actual hurricane. All right. Let me see. Let's see. Yep, right here. All right, and Lord's Will, I can put this picture in the post-production, all right? But here's a picture. This is how Hurricane Ian looked, all right? It looks like a skull, man, all right? And what does a skull represent? Death, okay? Judgment. And this is all being done by who? The Most High, Yahweh Shema Shai. The Most High is a listen, man. The Most High, Alishaya, man, demon-like power. The Most High is not to be played with, man. Okay, that's scary, man. That is scary. All right, that proves that this is the work of Yahweh Shema Shai. Look at that, man. That's the Lord right there, bro. Okay. The hurricane is shaped like a skull, man. You know, and there, right there, you got the, the eye of the hurricane. You know, I believe they call it, the eye of the storm. You know, but look at that, man. That's Hurricane Ian, and Hurricane Ian did a number on Florida. All right, so you can't tell me that's not the works of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, and it says Florida was already on pace for the worst orange crop since World War II, but then Hurricane Ian made things much worse. As a result, it is now being projected that the upcoming orange crop in Florida will be a whopping 32% smaller than the previous one. All right. All right. So it keeps going on about, the orange crops and stuff like that. All right. Let's keep going down. Okay, here we go. It says, yep, here we go. Let's get this one. It says, out on the West Coast, the San Francisco Bay Area was shaken by a magnitude 5.1 earthquake on Tuesday. A magnitude 5.1 earthquake rattled the San Francisco Bay Area on Tuesday, shaking buildings and making the strongest quake the region has seen in 8 years. There were no immediate reports of damage or injuries. Okay. Let's see. There's more. All right. That was really the point. I wanted to, just to get those 2 points, about Hurricane Ian, and about the earthquake, in San Francisco Bay. All right. But real quickly, let's get a couple of precepts. All right. This is the book of first, let's get Matthew. Matthew 24. I get to the point. Matthew 24 and verse 7, it says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All right. And listen, there's an earthquake every day. All right. And now right now in this particular chapter, Matthew 24, right now, if you read the context, the disciples were asking how Shai, when is going to be, the signs of you coming back to us, and the signs of this, this world ending, talking about Esau's world. All right. And if you read down verse 7, Yahweh Shai, he gives us these signs. And right now, these signs are being manifest. All right. And the sign in particular, as far as disasters go, is earthquakes, tornadoes, flash floods, hurricanes. All right. And, earthquakes, man, it happens every day. All right. Right now, you can go on Google and type in earthquake, and there's an earthquake happening right now that we don't even know about. Okay. And guess what? Yahweh Shai sent these things. All right. These are the signs that we have to, keep watch for. All right. That's all part of being a watchman of the Lord, man. Constantly warning and feeding the sheep of Yahweh Shema Shai. So that way, they can know. Okay. So that way the blood is off of our hands. All right. So it says in pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All right. And that means what? Many places. All right. All over. All right. This is Isaiah 29 and verse 6. And it says, thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempests. Okay. With storm and guess what? Isn't it a hurricane? That's a great storm. Okay. That's a great tempest. All right. The Lord is visiting the earth. Okay. But more in particular, the Lord is visiting, the US of A. Okay. From the East Coast to the West Coast. Okay. With earthquakes, with hurricanes, tornadoes, flash floods. All right. And ultimately, it's going to be that fire, that nuclear fire. All right. Which it says right here. And it says, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. And what's that flame of devouring fire? That nuclear fire. Okay. Because back in the day, in the ancient world, the Lord flooded the earth with water. But this time around, the Lord's going to flood the earth with fire, man. Okay. With nuclear fire. Okay. The lake of fire. All right. And hey, man, this is just the beginning. Okay. This is only the beginning of the Lord's of Yahweh Shema Shai visiting the earth. Okay. Best believe that things are gonna be heightened and get increased. Okay. So with that being said, I just want to say, call Lang La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Double honor being to the elder apostles, a great millstone that do rule and teach well. And once again, shalom to Ankim out there. All right. That's pushing his truth through the spirit, through the power, and through the name of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay. The hopeful elect, the house of David. All right. And Lord's will you edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. With that being said, shalom.